If you don't kill, you don't eat. And Atlanta makes it really, really difficult in order for you to be a professional black artist of any discipline. You know, have some conversations with musicians, have some conversations with poets. And they'll tell you how difficult it is to earn a living here in Atlanta. And a big part of that particular problem is because those who are in charge of the resources aren't really connected to the people actually doing the work. You're in a place where, you know, a lot of folks don't get it. You know what I'm saying? It's just like there's amazing talent that's in Atlanta, amazing talent. And it's one of those things where even amongst all the amazing talent, what you end up with is a lack of opportunities. Because, you know, those who are in charge of the opportunities, whether it's in the government sector, the nonprofit sector, they haven't done this on a full-time basis. You know what I mean? So if you haven't done it on a full-time basis, and a lot of folks haven't done it at all. So imagine that. You know what I'm saying? Imagine that. If you haven't done it at all, you don't even know what to look for. And that's what it is. But it's like Atlanta isn't what people really believe that it actually is. And that's what makes it so complicated. Where it's one of those things where you look at the reality of what Atlanta is. And you would think there were so many different opportunities for black artists to really thrive here in the city. And that's just not the case. You know, so one of those things where when you look at, you know, for me, it's really saying, okay, why not? You know what I'm saying? Beyond what's going on right now with the, you know, the virus, the pandemic, the whole deal, the opportunities were very short before any of this even happened. You know what I mean? So when we look at the lack of opportunities that were already in place before any of this happened, you know what I mean? And then you look at where we are now and we look at where this is going. You know, so when we look at, let's say beforehand, you know, whether it's through nonprofits or government sectors, unfortunately, the arts is one of those things where we need people in these positions managing the resources who have actually done it independently, you know what I'm saying, with their own money. Because when you've done it with your own money, that's going to be different than doing it with somebody else's money. Because when you're working with somebody else's money, it's easy to complain about your lack of funds. Oh, I only have $1 million. Oh, I only have $3 million. Oh, I only have $30 million. When you're working with somebody else's money, you know what I'm saying? Like there's so many parts and pieces that you'll miss within your development as a leader and as someone who's able to provide opportunities for other artists. A million things you're gonna miss. You know what I'm saying? Because when it's your money and you putting these things on, you know what I'm saying? It's one of those things where you're gonna pay attention to all of the details in order for things to run right. Because it's your money. You know what I mean? So over the last 20 years of me doing what I'm doing, a majority of the time you'll see probably 85 to 90% of the time, when you see me operating with kitchen table money. You know what I'm saying? You see me moving with household money. And maybe 10% I've had sponsors jump in. You know what I'm saying? But that's after me spending thousands of dollars of my own kitchen table money. You know what I'm saying? So that's different. That's way different. You know what I mean? So when you look at providing opportunities for other artists and moving the culture forward and moving the business of black art forward, I've been able to do things that a lot of agencies and institutions haven't been able to do because I'm down here on the ground, face to face with everybody in the community. You know what I mean? So, and that's like 2 decades in. Actually more than two decades, was 93. You know what I mean? So to now, so do the math. That's 27 years are doing this. So if you haven't done the work, and if you don't have the relationships, and if you haven't spent your own money, there's so many things you're gonna miss, period. That's just how the game works. And unfortunately, that's one of the reasons why Atlanta's really short on creating opportunities for Black artists in the city to survive and eventually thrive, because those in positions to help us do better, honestly, they just don't know what they're doing. And that's a challenge. Also, when you look at some of the, not some, I would say all of the movements that have really moved Atlanta and made Atlanta exciting in some capacity. You look at the One Music Fest, you look at, what George and Isohe and what their team is doing. You look at Maya, what Maya Bailey's doing with City of Ink and his team down there. You look at, who else? Faith Carmichael, she's doing a wonderful job. You look at September Gray, you look at, there are a number of different artists, art galleries. You have Zucot, you have Dre Thompson with his gallery. There are a number of different galleries here, right? But they don't really gain the support that they should have. You have Mike Harris, what he's doing out in Alpharetta, but they don't get the support they need in order to really, really do it on a large level. They don't. Like the Black galleries here just do not get the support. And even when I produce my events, we had one in February over at the Aviation Cultural Arts Center. You can pack it out, but the question is how many people are actually purchasing artwork? And that's what Atlanta's really slow on. So you can pack it out, but you have so many people that are really slow on purchasing artwork. Slow to no-go. And that's a part of the problem. And when I'm producing my exhibitions or events, man, it's like one of those things where, like my team and I, we handle everything. I mean, from promotions to website design to graphics to curating the event to picking up the artwork to installing the artwork to making sure the chicken is where it's supposed to be, making sure the drinks are where it's supposed to be, making sure the artists get paid on time. Every aspect of everything. So when you see my name on something, every aspect of everything has been done in-house. And it's not because I have a need to control all the parts and pieces. It's just that I've been doing this long enough to the point where it's very hard to find people to do their part on a level that I need it to be done at.